Hello, hello, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's conversation is attitude and perception. So, these are important when discussing how we can change basically our results in our environment and staying in control of our experience. So, attitude, wow, it's a combination of your thoughts and your feelings. And attitude is basically how these, your thoughts and your feelings combine and the effect they have when combined. So, if you have a grateful attitude, you will find things to be grateful for. If you have kind of like a bad attitude, you will always find things kind of like that will match that reality. So, if you have like a victim mentality or a victim attitude, then you will always find things that are like hurting you or find yourself in powerless situations. Attitude really is everything. And lots of people don't um, claim their attitudes or take responsibility for their attitudes and let their external circumstances control how they feel. And that can only get you so far because if you have a sucky-ish attitude, you will continue to see sucky-ish results. It is all a cycle. Okay, so we can begin with our thoughts, and then our thoughts will then influence our feelings, and our feelings then influence our actions, which is boom, the trio that makes up attitude. All right, now let's move on to perception. Excuse me. Perception. Perception is a superpower. It's a mental faculty that every human has, I'm pretty sure. And with perception, we can alter how we view things. And that is very important in life. And it helps us stay in control of what our experience is, you know? So, yesterday, for example, I was Mm, I was looking, I don't know, at like the gray side of things and what I wanted and how it wasn't getting done. And then basically we went to a piercing place and I wanted to get pierced, but the line was too long and we got there late. And I was really, really sad. I was looking forward to getting pierced for like weeks now. And I've been wanting these specific piercings for the longest time, for years. And so I thought like yesterday was gonna be the day that I finally got them done, and with the way that the events turned out, we did not get pierced. So I was in a mood, I was in a funk, and I was viewing the situation from my perspective, my perception, and I was like, "Oh, I'm bummed. I was really looking forward to it, blah de da da da." And then I spoke with someone else and they changed my perspective and my perception of the situation by saying things like, "Oh, well, it's really not worth it," because it was like Black Friday, and a shop opening up, so we wanted to support them, our friends. So she was just like, "You know what? It's okay. You can go another day where it'll be less crowded and you can actually get what you want to get because there won't be as many people there. It'll be fine. You can still support them." And in that situation, in that moment, what I really needed to hear was that, like, there will be another time, really. Like, I know that you're impatient and I know that you want it, but it's okay. Um, and basically, she said things like, we wanted to go Friday night to get pierced, and we got there, just didn't work out. So then we went back, and that's when I had that conversation. And like, she said something like, you can go tomorrow and check it out. And that lit a light bulb. It's just something that I needed to hear, like the reassurance that just because it didn't happen in that moment doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. It really helped shift my perspective and my perception. So, going along with attitude, attitude is very important. People that you surround yourself with extremely important, okay? The people that you surround yourself with can make or break you. You will become like them, okay? Analyze the results that other people are getting in their life. And is that something that you actually want for yourself? If it is, then okay. If it's not, then adjust accordingly. But other people really are contagious. They are. Their misery can infect you, and it can get to the point where it will start affecting your health, things like that, all different areas of your life. It's not just like, oh, I have this one friend, so it'll affect like my relationships. It can affect much more than just for your relationships. Be aware of the people you surround yourself with. People who have good attitudes, that's where it's at. That's where we want to be because it's just a loving place. People with good attitudes usually tend to find each other very effortlessly. People with bad attitudes sometimes will leech onto people with good attitudes. So I've talked about this in the past, but always protect yourself from anything and everything you possibly can. Learn how to defend yourself verbally, maybe physically if you need to, energetically, with boundaries. Extremely, extremely, extremely important, especially if you are a beautiful soul in this world. You are precious. Everyone is a beautiful soul, but you are especially precious, super, super precious, and you should treat yourself that way. And that is one of the ways that you can take care of yourself by being selective of the people that you surround yourself with and make sure that they are contributing something of value to your life. All right. Something valuable. And that it's a flow. There's a flow, there's a give and take, and it's seamless. So, attitudes, I say it's good to have a wonderful attitude. It's great. Gratitude is the attitude, always. I think always going back to feeling grateful to be alive is a foundation to living a really meaningful life. And you develop your attitudes through experience. No one else is going to kind of like tell you, hey, you should think this, you should think this way, you should feel this way, you should act this way. Um, Ultimately, no one else can make you do that. They can say it all they want, but it's up to you to take that into your own hands. Allergy season, and my nose is super itchy. So, excuse me. But yeah, attitude. Attitude, baby. I have an attitude, and it always depends on who I am dealing with. And that is going back to, in a way, like boundaries and um, self care, being selective of who and what I give my time and energy to. Very important. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a rude person. Not a rude person, but it really depends on who I'm dealing with, and I will act accordingly. So, attitude and perception. Be around people who change your perception, that open you up to different things, new things, good things for you. Okay. Life is short. Try to experience everything that you possibly can. If it interests you, be wise. Okay. But again, people, I swear, can enlighten you. Like your relationships are just one very beautiful part of this whole system of life that we have going on here. It really is. So, attitude and perception. How have you been thinking, feeling, and acting recently? And are the people that are in your environment influencing you in such a way? We do not have time for people with bad attitudes. Over it. We're over it. If you have a bad attitude, you can keep your bad attitude. I don't want it. I don't. I've gotten to the point where it's like, I really rather not. Like I don't need that around me. I really don't. I'm not interested in ah, experiencing life like that. Really. Different like I don't if you have an angry attitude, bye. If you are a drama mama, bye-bye. I we don't have time for that. At least I don't. I don't want it. You can keep it, I swear. So, perception, again, there are so many different ways we can experience our reality and our life. And there are so many labels that you can put on life. All you have to do is tweak in your mind, use your superpower, and just adjust it a little bit and see things differently in a new perspective, see things a little clearer. And that will help with your attitude as well. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you appreciated this information and this talk. As always, feel free to give a like and, share your thoughts as well. I would love to read them. Subscribe if you like to see more content like this. Thank you so much. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out, Girl Scout.